Hey guys, my name is Malika Dawn, and I want to welcome you out to my YouTube channel, The Malika Dawn Experience. Now, first of all, let me say this. I have been so excited about starting this YouTube channel. I've actually kind of played around with YouTube for many years. I knew that I wanted to use YouTube as a way to inspire and motivate women like me who are on a life's journey and they're just trying to figure themselves out and find out who they are and what their purpose is and how to live their best life and just all of those things, right? But I knew that I was going to need to focus this channel. So I let myself live some life so I could really figure out what I want to specifically offer you guys here on the channel. So over the last couple of years, I've been on my own journey and it's become very clear to me how I want to serve you guys. So I am finally here with my YouTube channel and I'm super duper excited. So welcome. Now, in this video, what I want to do, well, first of all, let me back up before I go into what this video is about. First of all, let me tell you who I am. So yes, my name is Malika Dawn. I am a certified holistic wellness coach. I've taken about a year to go through an amazing program at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, where I have learned so much about mind, body, soul wellness. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the end. All right, and if today is Thursday, September 30th, next Thursday, I officially graduate from school. I'm so excited. It's been a life-changing experience. And I cannot wait to share with you guys all of the amazing things I've learned about mind, body, soul wellness. During that journey, I really had to sit with myself and figure out what do I want to specifically focus on when it comes to wellness coaching, because there's so much to explore. There's so many things that people are going through. So I was waiting. I've been waiting. I've been wanting to turn this camera on for a long time, but I promised myself that I would not hit record until I got very clear about the specific problem that I want to help people with. So after finishing up school and really reflecting over my own life's journey, it came to me that I really want to help women like me, women like you that are watching this video, first of all, lose weight, okay? And the reason I'm focusing on weight loss is it's definitely been one of my personal struggles throughout my life, okay? And I know how much body weight struggles can impact every other area of a woman's life. So I've decided to land right here on helping women release the weight, and not just body weight. Definitely we're going to work on the body weight, but not just the body weight. Usually what I have found in my own personal experience and through my training at school, when we have picked up additional body weight, there are other things going on in our lives that lead to picking up additional body weight. So we're going to dig in right here on this channel. We're going to dig in on everything that's weighing you down so we can release those things. And then when we look in the mirror, because we're going to do the inner work, we're going to lose this weight from the inside out. And after working together, you're going to look in the mirror and see a new you, because on the inside, there will be a new you. Here's the truth. Your life, your physical experience is simply a reflection of what is going on the inside of you. A lot of us make the mistake, and I've done it for years, trying to attack the exterior, the external, to fix the problem. So let me explain what that means. It's like looking at the mirror, okay, getting mad at the reflection in the mirror and trying to change the image we see in the mirror. It's like trying to fix the mirror instead of fixing, guess what? The inside is what makes the reflection. The inside is what creates the reflection that we see in the mirror. So we can't take a bat and hit the mirror and expect the image to change. We have to go on the inside. Once we fix the inside, the outside reflection will change. So that's what this channel is going to focus on, helping us release the weight, and I'm not just talking about your body weight, okay, but helping you release the weight from the inside out, okay? That's the work that we're going to do here on this channel. I hope that you find a lot of value. I'm super duper excited. I feel like it's part of my life's mission to help women with the same struggles that I've had, the same struggles that I continue to manage, because it is honestly an everyday journey. It's an everyday journey. You never get it right, okay? You're always moving forward in your journey. So I want you to be encouraged, ladies, no matter where you are. If you have 100 pounds to lose, 50 pounds to lose, 20 pounds to lose, okay? Even if it's not a weight loss issue and there are just some things weighing you down, no matter where you are in your journey, we're going to work on doing the inside. We're going to do the inner work to make sure that what we see in the mirror, what we see in our external reality, and I'm not just talking about your physical body, but what you see coming into your reality is still simply a reflection of what's going on the inside of you. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about me, and then I'm going to give you the first tip that I want you to simmer on as you get ready for your body transformation. Okay. My story goes like this. Since I was a little girl, okay, I have struggled with my body weight and my body image. I've had body image issues. When I was a little girl, I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 1978, but I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. And I was considered a chubby child, okay? I had this curly hair. I still have the curly hair. That's not going anywhere. But I had this chubby little body, okay? And I was teased in elementary school, like really teased in elementary school about my body. I had family members that would really make me feel guilty about what I looked like. They would say, girl, it looks like you put on some extra weight and you need to put that food down and make sure that you don't gain any more weight. You need to go lose some weight. It really just messed my mind up about what I looked like. So I never really felt, I felt ashamed of what I looked like when I was a little girl. Not just the feedback I was getting from family and peers. When I would look around, when I would look on TV, I did not see images playing back to me that looked like me. So I didn't see full-figured women on television. That was not it in the 80s and 90s, okay? Thin was in, okay, during the 80s and 90s. It wasn't okay to have body weight. That wasn't it. So I never felt like I fit in. I never felt like I was okay. So I struggled with that. That ball started to roll in elementary school for me, and it followed me high school, college, my young 20s, even into my 30s. Really, I'm just now coming into peace. Okay, and I'm 43 years old. I'm just now coming into complete peace about who I am and what I look like and the blessing that God has given me in my body, okay, who I am inside of my body. Okay, so as time goes on and I know I have these body image issues, I wasn't feeling really confident about myself. That lack of confidence led to me making bad decisions in relationships. So let me pause here and explain what I'm trying to say. Because I didn't feel confident in myself, it played itself out. The lack of confidence in me. Now remember what I told you, that your physical reality is a mirror of what's going on inside of you. So my inner chaos played out in the physical realm through my romantic relationships with men. I would find myself in dysfunctional, toxic relationships with men. And it was a series. It was just like one after another. My dysfunction played out inside of my relationships. And I didn't really understand it in my 20s, and it played on into my 30s. I didn't really understand that my relationships were reflecting back to me what I felt about myself. You know, a lot of times, ladies, if you can understand this, when you end up in a toxic relationship, we do a lot of pointing the finger. He's not this, and he did that, and he ain't this, and he ain't this. And it's him, them, him. But what we don't understand is we attract in that energy based on how you feel about yourself. So that was my struggle. That's been my struggle. getting lost inside of relationships, not really knowing who I am, not really spending enough time with myself to figure out who I am. It was just one bad relationship after the next. And I didn't really understand. I was drawing that into my world because I didn't feel good about myself. So I had a breaking point. Okay. and I'm going to say I had two. I had two breaking points that got me to where I am today. The first one was in my young 20s. I was in one of those classic toxic relationships, and I had gotten to a really bad point in that particular relationship. And I got down on my knees one time. I must have been 25 years old. I got down on my knees and I begged God, begged and cried. Please, God, show me the way. Like, please help me get myself out of this. Please help me get myself out of this. So as I got down on my knees and I prayed to God, I never forget getting this super undeniable urge to go to the gym. I couldn't understand that. I didn't understand what does going to the gym have to do with me getting out of this relationship. But one thing I've never really had a problem with is obeying. When I hear the voice of God from within, I tend to just go with it. So I had this hunch to go to the gym, and I did. And now, when I got to this gym, and this is like in the early 2000s. This is before going to the gym was a whole thing. Like, now it's a whole thing. That's what we all do. We all work out. But no, not so much not back then. So I'm a fish out of water in this gym. I did not dare go into a weight room. That was not even an option. But what I did do was take a fitness class. And I just remember I was feeling so horrible, so low this particular day. And I went in the gym, and they allowed me to come in and kind of test out. Before you join, they would let you test out a class. And I went in this class. I think I took a kickboxing class. And now I struggled. Okay, I huffed and I puffed. And I didn't think I was going to make it through the hour. That was probably the longest hour of my life, Lord. But I got through it. And when I left the gym, I felt I felt a couple different things. I felt energetic. I felt alive for a hot second. I was so proud of myself that I got through it. And I was excited to go back. I wanted that feeling again to go back. So I started to work out somewhat regularly. I wasn't initially losing any weight, but one thing leads to another, y'all. One thing leads to another. The next thing I know, in this neighborhood I was living in, I had a cousin who also lived in the neighborhood with me. And his wife recently lost like a substantial amount of weight. So I saw her one day and I'm like, what? Please tell me, what are you doing? And she told me she joined Weight Watchers. And this Weight Watchers helped her lose like 60 pounds. Like, she had gone through a whole transformation. I said, sis, put me on. Share it with me. Now, at the time, I didn't have a lot of financial resources. She said, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give you everything I have. I'm just going to give it to you. So she gave me back then there was nothing digital. So she gave me the books. She told me exactly how to use the system. And I tried it. And it worked. It worked. So in the combination of going to the gym and getting on Weight Watchers, which was really about portion control, right? I lost about 30 pounds in the summer, over the span of the summer. Let me take a sip. Okay, so I lost about 30 pounds over the summer. So in about a 2.5 month, 3 month span of time, I lost a very noticeable amount of weight. And let me tell you why this was critical. I suddenly had, now the power in that 30 pounds, that first little 30 pounds, which was actually quite substantial to me. It really did change a lot, okay? Not just my pant size, but I had this renewed sense of confidence that I had just not felt in a very, very long time. So because I was feeling more confident, I was able to then, over the course of the next couple of months, work my way out of that relationship, okay? So that was that first turning point for me. And that's how I found my way to nutrition. I found my way to fitness. And I was hooked after that. All right. Now, over the next couple of years, I continued. Now, it didn't solve all my relationship problems. My pattern ran deep, okay? Remember, I told you I had been feeling insecure about myself since I was a child. So it was going to take some time to come out of that loop, that pattern. We are all existing within patterns. Anytime you see something show up in your life over and over and over again, that is a pattern. And you have to find a way to work yourself out of that pattern. So I still had work to do. So after that, there was another and another and another dysfunctional relationship. But the next breaking point was not too long ago, actually. I was in a career job. I was an educator for 20 years, which I actually was in love with my career for a very long time. But as I got to about year 18, oh my goodness, I ended up at a school working as an instructional coach. And it was a very, very difficult experience. It was, I'm going to call it a toxic work environment. Definitely. Now, that experience put me under so much stress. I just lost control. I was so focused on maintaining control during those working hours that kind of everything else in my life started to unravel and fall apart. So I put on weight while I was in this particular position at the school. Now, God always has a way. He has strange ways, but he has a way, okay? I would never forget my mom would call me every morning and say, Malika, listen, you're going to have to pray and tell that mountain to move. Now, it was so bad on this job. She would call and pray with me in the morning, give me these scriptures, and she said, just tell this mountain to move. Tell the mountain to move. So I started doing that. I started praying and just telling this mountain. I had no earthly idea how this mountain was going to move, but I kept commanding that it move. So we get around to the top of 2020, and then the world changed and the pandemic hit, and then they shut the schools down. And for the first time in my life in 20 years, I was at home, not having to go to a job, not having to go to this job. And then quiet, silence fell into place. Silence hit. And I was able to get quiet. And I started to, I don't know, I found a way out. I found a way out in the quietness. I found a way out. So the first thing that happened, I stumbled upon a company named Total Life Changes, a network marketing company that sold health and wellness products. And it was something about this company that immediately resonated with my soul. So I joined the company and I became very successful as a distributor for Total Life Changes. And it indeed totally changed my life. And I'm not talking about the products. I'm talking about the experience. The experience of, it was my first taste of entrepreneurship. And I was done after that. When I found out, especially after working a career 9-to-5 job for 20 years, when I discovered that I had the ability to exert my own energy and create income for myself, I was hooked. Now, also within that process, I did start taking the products and I got back on my workout routine and I got serious about my nutrition again. And guess what happened? The weight started to come off again. The weight started to come off, okay? I didn't get it all off, but during that period, the ship started to turn around, okay? And at that point, I decided I was done with the 9-to-5. So I decided to retire from my career in education and devote myself to being an entrepreneur. Within the process of working with Total Life Changes, I decided, I feel so good when I help my clients with the products, and we would have these calls and they would tell me about their weight loss problems, and some of them were dealing with irritable bowel syndrome. Some of them were dealing with bad acne. Some of them were having hormonal issues. And I was able to offer them some tips beyond products. I was able to offer them tips to help them solve their problems. And I was getting feedback. They would call me back and tell me, oh my God, I had a bowel movement for the first time in 2 weeks or a month. Or, oh my God, my acne is starting to clear up. Girl, I lost 10 pounds. I was done. I wanted more of that. I wanted more of being able to help people. So I decided to go all the way out, and that is when I enrolled in nutrition school at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and then the whole world just changed, and that's kind of how I got here. That's how I got here. But during this process, as I began to implement the strategies that I'll be sharing with you guys on this channel, I have lost about 30 pounds. That's that magic number for me. About 30 pounds. I'm back in a body, y'all. Look, because I ain't just talking. I'm serious about it. I'm back in a body that I recognize. I'm back feeling confident about myself. And there are just certain things that I'm not going to accept in my life anymore. I've learned so much about my life. I've learned so much about how to create the life that I want. And I'm just so excited to share it with you. Now, I want to give you tip number 1, strategy number 1. And that's really what this video was about, but I needed to give you my background story to qualify so you understand that I understand you, right? Here's the first thing I want you to work on. It's super simple. No matter where you are in your process, remember, whether you're trying to lose 100 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever pounds, and I already told you it's about what's on the inside. We're going to fix that first. Here's a tip. It's not a tip. This is what I need you to do until I see you again in the next video. What is your breaking point? You see how I mentioned 2 breaking points in my life. I need you to go back into your mental time capsule. And you might be in your breaking point right now. That might be why you're watching this video. What has led you to say, enough is enough? I'm done with this. I can't live like this. I can't go any further like this. If I don't change it, I don't know what's going to happen. But God, I need you to help me. I need you to figure out what specifically has been your breaking point. Write it down. Write it down. Let me tell you why you need to do this. When you identify your breaking point, number one, you have finally gotten to a place where you would rather go through the pain of change than the pain of staying the same. So that's number 1. You would rather go through the pain of change, because change is going to bring about pain because it's uncomfortable. I'm telling you now, as we walk this road together, it's going to bring you discomfort, because it's going to bring you outside of what is normal. Normal just means comfortable. Normal just means what you're used to. So I'm going to be pulling you out of your comfort zone. What is that thing that you're just no longer willing to accept? All right. I need you to identify your breaking point. This is what you're no longer willing to accept for your life. This is where you no longer want to go back to. What is that breaking point? And so if you can identify that, I will not live like this. We're going to keep tapping back into that and tapping back into that and tapping back into that to remind you as the road gets tough. Remember, we ain't going back to that, right? So let's say that's your homework for this video. What has been your breaking point? Guys, hit me up in the comment section if you want to share what your breaking point is, okay? And then I will respond to that. I want to make a community out of this, ladies. So hit me up in those comment sections. What has been your breaking point? Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me right here at the Malika Dawn Experience, my YouTube channel. Your support is amazing and is highly appreciated. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let me tell you why I need you to hit that like button. And when you hit the like button, it tells YouTube that this is a video that brings value to the community, and it will send this video out to more people. So I want to be able to touch as many people as possible. So please hit that like button. Please share this video with anyone else you know, any of your girlfriends, any of your cousins, any of your coworkers, anybody in your life that you know is going through a struggle right now, trying to get their sexy back, trying to get their body back, trying to get their mind and soul back. Share this video, and we're going to come together, guys, and we're going to work this thing on out. subscribe so you can get the notifications for when I post new content, which will be often, because we want to keep the momentum going. And I want to make sure that you know when you come to YouTube, you can guarantee I'm going to be right here pushing you to the next step. Okay, guys, it has been an absolute pleasure to be here with you. Don't forget to do your homework, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.